Alrighty, let's get set up. So, I'm not going to get used to this. Share the screen. Have the tunes on. Alrighty. Like this. Send that some. Oh. What am I making without continuous? Thanks. Thanks. Works. Thanks. There, because I want the YouTube one first. Alrighty, where are we? Chat. Let's go. Right, I am doing this to see how long it's going to take to put together this, but not this, so I need to stop this wherever it is. Okay, it's a screen. Terminal. And I'm going to be copy pasting a lot of commands here, so just put this on full screen. Turn off my heater. It's getting a bit warm in here. Right. Let's get going. So I'm just going to see if I can copy paste commands, see how quickly I can get through this. So here, oh wow, that's a good old typo. Creating a directory, and I'm going to cd into it. Then I'm going to initialize a project with yarn, and I'm going to initialize it with git. Cool. So I can open up my project here now. Let's just do it with C. Right, it's opened off screen. Brilliant. Let's bring it over here. Right, package JSON. And that's it. So let's add gitignore file. Not in here though. So creating a gitignore file, and then I'm putting in with echo project dependencies, cache, node modules, and build directory public, and other stuff as well if you're on Mac, and the yarn log, which is going to get copied to the gitignore file, which has been created here. I'm going to have to get some water. Hang on. Wow, super croaky throat. Right, excuse me. So let's create that. Come say hi in the chat if you're watching. Right, so what do we have? So I've got the gitignore file now. So I can start adding in npm modules. So for Gatsby, I'm going to need Gatsby match And can I split this screen so it's like in the top half maybe? Just leave it there for now. So I'm going to have Gatsby, React, and React DOM. And I'm going to make my first React component. Hey Rook, how you doing? All good, thank you, sir. Right. This is fun, watching me install dependencies. It's going to get some more water. Got a really dry throat all of a sudden. Okay. Nikki. Yo, yo. Yeah, Windows Terminal, baby. It's the preview. So you got the funky settings panel in it as well, which is really good. So that's installed. So I'm going to want to have somewhere for my pages to live. What did I just do there? Where am I? So yeah, Mcdur pages in source file. So let's put this over to the side here. Yeah, so you can see the stuff coming in here. Okay. And I'm going to want an index.js page. And in here, I'm going to put my React component. So import React from React, which is going to be the index page. Excuse me. And it's going to be our hello world. So now, be able to do on Gatsby develop. And then it defaults to localhost 8000. I can change that in the package JSON, which at the moment doesn't have much in it. Let's just do this for now. That's my page. Okay. That's what we're aiming for. Right, hello world. Good, good, good. So I'll move on. Right, let's put some scripts in. Into here. So let's get rid of that trailing comma. Yep. Build, Gatsby build, dev, Gatsby develop on a funky. So you can use the P flag here to define what port you want to use it, and then -O will open the page. And it's the same with Gatsby serve. Gatsby serve, build your site first, then it will serve the public directory, which is here. And it will do that on 9854, and it will open the page for you as well. And Gatsby clean is when you're sort of next to desperate. Gatsby clean, and if it doesn't work after Gatsby clean, then it's usually removing node modules and reinstalling everything. Right. So I could go along and start committing this to Git as well. Split this. I'll this, bump this up again. Same size. Yeah. I call it my Gatsby blog. Add. Git commit. And cool. Right, so for now, I'm just going to do content locally. So that usually lives in, like, I have it in the root in a content folder, and then we use Gatsby source file system to source that data from the local file system. So let's create some directories for it. I'm going to use Mcdur again down here. So this is making a directory, and I'm going to have content 2021 March, And then in his curly braces here, these are individual folders again. So that's hello world, second post, third post. And they are now here, but they've got nothing in them. So I'm going to create some MDX files for them. So just let me know if there's anything you don't understand or you want me to go over. I'm just trying to get a rough idea of how long it takes to do this. So I'm just going to get another sip of water. Wow, really croaky. Okay, and that's the files here. So I'm going to use front matter in these as well. So front matter is usually done with do like FMV. I've got a snippet for it where you can have meta information about your post. So that's the title, and I think I'm just going to do title and date. So let's get rid of that, and we're just going to do the copy paste job again. So hello world from MDX. So let's put it in the first post. Like that. Second post. Save that, and then post 3. It's going to have a block quote and a code block in it. Oh man, my throat's really dry. Right, let's get those committed. So I'm just going to use short commands here. So git commit, and this is going to be add markdown files. Okay, right, I'm going to need to. Now I've got this content here. Like I mentioned, I'm going to need Gatsby, the Gatsby source plugin to get this information locally and use it in Gatsby. So I'm going to need a Gatsby config file. So I'm going to create that somewhere. Here we go. Right. So touch Gatsby config. It's going to pop up over here. And then in here, I'm going to need to put in the config. So, but before I do that, I'm going to need these plugins. So Gatsby plugin MDX and Gatsby source file system. I'm going to need to install those. Which I'm going to do here. So Gatsby plugin MDX, and then the JS MDX implementation and the MDX JS for React as well. The Gatsby source file system on top of that. I apologise for my voice. Okay, while that is doing its thing, let's just take a look at the dependencies. So Gatsby 3.1, there we go. Gatsby 3.1, Gatsby plugin MDX 2.1. So now I can save this config file, and I'm probably going to get prompted to restart a dev server. I'll just say yes to that. It's going to redo its thing here. So I can commit again, git add, git commit. This would be, so now I should be able to access the GraphQL, those files in the GraphQL Explorer here. So if I go to the Explorer down the side here, I've got all MDX. So MDX, so I hit Control Enter. So that's my 3 posts. So title, front matter I want, and then title and date. That. And that. And now we've got them here. Cool. Right. Where do we want to go next with this? So we've got this big JSON object, which, well, not big JSON object, but they can get really big. which I can then loop over this information in React. So let's do that. Should I add in some site metadata as well? Let's add in site metadata. So the site metadata, you can sort of do it like just try and copy this because it's part of the name of it is site metadata, so you could do it like that in Gatsby. But I like to just have it as the object name, and then have it outside of this modular exports, because this can get quite big. That means you can abstract it out into modules if you need to. Okay, what's this? Notice the speed up with Gatsby 3. I updated my blog, to be honest, I didn't notice much, which is a good thing, I guess. Yeah, I've noticed it's been like a bit fast on like new projects, Nikki, but doing it like on my Gatsby blog, there's I wouldn't say it's bumpy, but I haven't really noticed, like you say, an improvement. But there was a whole sort of host of things as well I need to do for Gatsby image. The code mods on that are great. And there's a couple of additional dependencies I need to add, like a Babel one for some reason. But yeah, I agree. There's not much difference I could tell either. But I think the new Gatsby image is quite good actually. So let's leave it at that. Stop waffling, Scott. Right. So did I get prompted to restart a dev server because I added that metadata? Let's try and refresh this. And is it site metadata? Restart a dev server. Okay. Take a look-see. What is it? Oh, it's site metadata, isn't it? There you go. Right. Cool. Let's take a look at how that is in a React component. So now I can dump out that information into React from using React static query. So let's do that on the index page here. And again, I'm just copy pasting code out here. So I'm using new static query, the Gatsby React hook, and I'm just going to dump that into a console log here. So hitting save, I should be able to just switch over to this window here and pop open the DevTools, F12, and go into the console. Okay, here we go. It's the site metadata. Don't worry about the 404 page. I'll add that. Nice. Okay. So what I like to do is I can put this new static query for the site metadata into a hook. So let's just do that for hooks, and then I'll make a use site metadata file in that folder. Let's go back over to the terminal here. Put this down here. So again, making a directory source hooks, and then in that folder, I'm making a file called use site metadata.js. So that is over here, hooks. And then in here, I'm going to have that same query, which I've got here, which is site metadata, title, and description. But I'm going to use it in GraphQL query, and I've named the query here as well. And then that is exporting site, double click, and then site metadata, which is these two down here. So then hit save. I should be able to just grab that in the index file here. So let's get rid of that and all that, and then import. Just try and use the auto import here. So I want to get the title and description. Description, and this is going to be use site metadata, and yeah, VS Code auto import it for me there, thank you, and that's a function. Okay, and then just a case of putting those into like here, title, and let's put that. So I should have Karnak on here, but I haven't configured it to use in on this other screen because we have StreamYard, and like looking at the camera, which I know I'm not doing. Looking at the camera, it's I often find myself, if I've got myself on camera, and I'm streaming not this screen I'm looking at here, but the other screen. You've got me looking at like this all the time, so I thought it'd be easier if I was coding. You just look at me like this while I'm coding. Anyway, excuse me, back to the code. So I want to wrap these in a fragment. So I can do fragment like that, and that should, yeah, imports it from React. And React also lets you do it like an empty fragment like that. Just so you know. Okay, it's been a while since I've committed anything to Git. Let's go and do that. Git add, and git commit, and this is going to be cool. Right, so just for the speed of like templating this stuff out until it doesn't look terrible, I'm going to use theme UI. So I'm just pasting this in, but like nicely, I guess. Let's try that again. There we go. So theme UI, Gatsby plugin theme UI, and I'm going to use the presets from theme UI as well, because I've got no imagination, and they're easy to implement. Okay, so I'm adding a Gatsby plugin, so I'm going to need to change my Gatsby config. So Gatsby plugin theme UI, and I'm also going to want to have a Gatsby plugin theme UI folder as well. So before I save this, I'm just going to create the folder. So that's another mkdir, make directory, and then it's going to be source Gatsby plugin theme UI. And then in here, I just create an index file for the theme, which is index.js, and that should pop up over here. Right. So I am, another copy paste job, going to put in the Swiss theme here. So this is the presets, and I'm importing deep and Swiss, and I'm going to use dark mode. So this is why I brought in deep as well, so you can have modes with theme UI, which is pretty neat. So save that, and save the config, and see if I'm going to get prompted to restart the dev server. Here we go. Looks like a double render going on now. Was that because, where's the index page gone? Yeah, I didn't put a description in. Right, let's wait for that to do its thing. Close that. Is it done? Looks like it's refreshing. Okay, so looks a bit different. Let's go and add. Right, layouts. So with Gatsby, it doesn't sort of provide a layout for you, so you have to do it yourself. You can use more than one layout. I'm just going to do the one, which is going to be copy paste in here. So making a components folder, and then in that components folder, I'm adding header and I'm adding layout. Do that? Yep, header layout. Okay, cool. So in the header, I'm going to bring in the site title and site description from, I'm going to pass those from the index page or from the layout even. And then I'm using theme UI here, adding in, this is the header with some styling, and then Gatsby link. Okay, so I'd say check out Paulie Scanlon. Just search, what do you search? Understanding Theme UI by Paul Scanlon. And let's just get the result. There you go. I'll put that in the chat. Share links. There you go. Great post from Paul there, detailing all this, and he's probably screaming at me for not using the theme preset for this stuff, but I think this is just from the Gatsby default starter. Okay, so let's save that. Let's go to the layout component. Now I just put this in the wrong bit. Talking about the header layout. Right, let's move that back over to the header. Okay, so with the layout, it uses children. So what this means is that it encapsulates whatever it wraps as a component. So if I put this layout on the index page here, like here, then it will have whatever's in the layout, but also like this tile and this description here. So if I import this, and we take a look at that. There we go. Right. So this bit here is what's being done in the layout, and then this part here is this here. So I can get rid of that now and start adding other stuff to it. So that would be really what I want to do now, is get a list of the available files to map over in on this index page here. So use GraphQL Explorer here, and I'm going to want all MDX. Let's just paste this in. Let's close that Explorer there. So I'm using fields here, and I'm sorting on the front matter date, and I'm ordering it in descending order. So we get the third post first from the date. If I do it in ask, it's in order. you get the hello world one first. I'm not going to do that. Use that. So with Gatsby, you can use GraphQL to sort of put your query into, and then that gets pulled out. So I need to export const, and this is query, and this is going to be GraphQL from Gatsby. It also imported it here, and then this is backticks and the query I want to run, which is that const export const. Come on. Right. So at runtime, when it builds, this data here will then be available to this page via the data prop. And then I can go through all of the data which comes out in this query and then put that into JSX components. So, you know what? Just going to copy paste it again. And here, let's move this over here. Close this up. So, let's just get it on there. So it's the same query, but I've just pasted in some more theme UI components, which is this box, there's an article, and then a link, there's a Gatsby link. So, sorry, I didn't cover that earlier. Styling of the Gatsby link component can be a bit tricky. So if you alias it, and then you can use the theme UI link and then just say it's as this Gatsby link, so it takes on the same properties as it. So I'm mapping over all the MDX. So this here, data is this, all MDX, I'm just digging into this here. So all MDX nodes, and then the certain parts I want ID, excerpt, front meta, which is these bits here. Let's go get some water, sorry. Oh, well. Okay. So, I should be able to save this. And it should. There we go. So now I've got the data coming in from my GraphQL query here, and I'm mapping over it and creating JSX components for each one of those posts. Clicking on these though doesn't give me anything because the actual Gatsby pages haven't been made yet. So I'm going to need to do that with the Gatsby file system root API. So I'm going to do that next. Let's just done at the moment. And come in. And what down here? Yes. Okay. So Gatsby file system root API has like a special file notation, pretty much like with Next.js. And I'll go over this notation here in a sec, but this means that you can create pages from the data which is sourced by Gatsby. So let's create this. Hey Goodswill, how you doing, man? Thanks for stopping by. Okay, so let's create this file. And you might have seen the dev server there. Had a little, had a moment. So I've created that file. Let's go over to right, let's make this a bit bigger actually and pop out the side panel again. And I've got this mdx.slug page in curly braces. Now, in here is where I can, I'm just going to plop in this code and then go over it. So the main part of it is this this query here, and then this page is bringing in the data and it's displaying that data, like well, the title at least, and then the body of the MDX query. So let's just dig into this bit here. So if I go over to the Graphical Explorer, I don't know why I've got two of these open. and take the slug. Let's go from the index page here. And now this is just so I can get one of the slugs of the posts. So third post, remember that backslash as well. And then down here in this query variable, just got to click on it, pop it out. If I put in that for the slug, and then this query here, not this query, this one. So in here we're defining the slug variable as a string, and that should be required actually. There's no date. We talk about cannot query for date. Let's just copy that and refresh this page. So I think that's referring to an old instance. Yep. Okay. Cool. So yeah, it's getting anything from the MDX file system where that slug equals what we're passing in. It's down here. Take a look at this, and then we have this body function here, which I think is compiled MDX. So if we just comment that out for now, this. But that body is what's being wrapped in the MDX renderer, which is this here. So that's what makes the MDX look nice. Hey man, thanks Kurzweil. Cheers, buddy. Okay, so what did I didn't cover the actual notation here. So MDX, the first part of this is this part, and then I believe slug is what we haven't passed into it. So if I was going to do it by ID, I'd do mdx.id, but I'm using the slug here. So let's hit save. Let's go over to this. And then the 404 page is a good one to be looking at actually. So in Gatsby, you can do 404.js, and that will show you all your pages available to you. So I'm guessing, let's just go back over to here. Everything's being saved. Yep. Okay. Let's kick off the dev server again. Oh yeah, 404.js should show you what you've got available to you as a page. Let's go. While this is happening, sorry, you've got to watch it. I'm just going to get some more water. Luckily, the tap's right next to where I am, so I'm not long. Right, let's just stop that and try refreshing this. Okay, cool. So we've got the posts here. The dev server just called up. Nice one. So I can click on these and get the rendered MDX. Nice. Okay, so what do I want to do next? Let's just commit this. Git add. Let's do git commit. And done. Right. Okay. So what do I want to do now? Sort of lost where I'm going with this. Okay, I want the same like this layout wrapping this post here, which it doesn't at the moment. So there's a couple of ways to do this. I'm just going to do it with Gatsby browser and use the wrap page element API in now, and it's also recommended to do it in Gatsby SSR as well. So I'm just going to paste it in. So I'm just going to create a file, Gatsby browser.js, Gatsby SSR.js, and root wrapper.js. So root wrapper is because I am going to have the same code in 2 files. So rather than try to manage 2 files, I'm just going to do it in 1 file. And then in here, just going to want to use the layout, which I'm importing from source components layout, and just going to wrap this around every element. But that's not going to do anything just yet. Let's close this side panel again and put post here. See if we can get this to happen from the dev server. So in Gatsby browser, I'm going to import the root wrapper I've just created here, and then export it as page wrap element. So then Gatsby browser, do the same in SPSSR, and take a look at the dev server. A bit like that. Now I'm going to kick it off again. Right, while that's happening, I'm probably going to get a double render now, because I am also using that layout on the index page here, and see how it's going. Wow, is it not finished? There we go. Right, so that's the header, which is in the layout component. So in the layout component, we've got the header, and we've got the children of whatever the layout component's wrapping. You could also put your footer in here as well. I'm not doing that. If we go back to the index page here, I've also got this layout again. So let's just remove that from here. Save that. And there we go. Cool, cool. Right, okay. Let's add that 404 page, because just complaining about it. Yep, it is. So let's do that in terminal here. So 404.js, and then copy paste the code again. Right, again, theme UI, just a heading, page not found. So I should be able to just do 404 now, not 404.js. Get that page come up. There we go. Okay, so the 404.js is useful for finding a page. If you've got like loads of pages, then this search function is really handy. Cool, 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 cool. Right, add, and git commit. What do I do there? 404 page. Right, dark theme toggle, because where are we? I've added in MDX, not MDX, the theme UI theme here for dark theme, and theme UI's got a couple of good hooks for doing that. So I'm going to do that next. How are we doing for time? 43 minutes. Right. Let's just try and rattle through the rest of this. So what do I want? Right. Just going to put some stuff into the header. Play some of these files for now. I don't think I'm going to be using that again. Or that. Or that. Or that. Or that. I'm going to use that again. Not that. Maybe that. Wow. There's a lot of files in there. Right, header. I'm going to put in a toggle here. So I'm going to import use color mode. So I don't need any of that. Put that in here. Done. Use color mode. We're going to have some state in component, and it's going to put in a button somewhere here, I guess. One-click handler. And this is going to give us the event. At least. Right. Yeah, okay. And here, I need to set the mode. Here. So this is color mode default, and dark else default. Maybe just close the button. And in here I can say color mode, so ternary to say what it is, if it's dark or light, I guess, or default. That looks. Here we are, right, there we go. So let's put in like a flex box or something to make that not look terrible. So I'll do wrap this. And down to the bottom, I guess. Use the SX prop here to X 11 and flex direction 1. Probably is going to need to put in another wrapper around this one, I guess. Where should I put that? Oh, you know what? Let's put that in a box in here. Just for this part. Put that in there. Okay. What about this? That's fine. It's wrapped in the flex box. Yeah, cool. All right, good. So, moving on. Let's just put that in. Okay. Right. Code blocks. So for what have we got? Yeah, like a code block for this. You can do that with theme UI, with the Prism package. So let's get that added. And I think we're going to need to stop and start a dev server again. And we're going to need to create. Sorry, really sore throat. A components file as well in here. No, not in here. In here. And that's components for theme UI, and then that is just jacked straight from the theme UI documentation. And we're also going to need to update the theme UI theme and import the theme we want to have on the code blocks. So presume it's Night Owl Jason. That's what I save. And then in, what do we want that? In the styles, just fold it in here for code components. And we're going to spread in Night Owl. And come with that. And we're going to need to get off the dev server for this as well. Okay, 50 minutes. Sort of over time now. Even with copying and pasting, I was trying to get this done in around 30 minutes, if it's possible. Right, so did the dev server finish? Try that. Okay, cool. Browsies, we could possibly change the font size of that as well. All right, let's do that. Right, so up until now, this is all pretty static, and there's no sort of MDX goodness, so like interactive components and whatnot. So just going to go and create a component for that. So it's going to be rainbow text, and I think I'm going to emotion react as well, just for the component I'm doing. So let's create that file. Rainbow text.js in the components here. That's here. Boop. Right, so let's quickly walk through this. So I'm exporting the rainbow text component, and I've got an animation here, and then I'm using that animation. When we're using the animation here, and then just got a linear gradient color, and that's going to move on hover. Let's save that, and let's put that into this here. So what I could do is just do import that rainbow text in here, and then use that here. Let's just copy that, close that down, and this is going to wrap, in here. This just returns this component and the children. So in this file here, I can put in some text, save that, and go to the site, and then hover, and we get this nice effect going on. But doing like importing component individually into each file, although I think it'd reduce your bundle size. Say if you've got like many files, I'm not sure if it'd reduce your bundle size. I'm guessing it will, but adding this to, say if you try to do it retrospectively, adding this to each file could be a bit tedious. So there is a way to do that without having to import it into the file directly. You can do it with the that's the full screen here. You can do it with the MDX provider, and then supply components to the MDX provider, which then wraps all the MDX. So you can do that at this level. So this level here, the root wrapper, it's pretty high up the render tree in React, so it's a good place to sort of stick them in. So what we could do here, oh, hang on a sec. Sorry about that. Right, where were we? Oh yeah. So in here, I can have MDX components, and that'll be an object. Anyway, an object of all the components I want to add to MDX at this level, but at the moment I've only got rainbow text. Rainbow. Okay. It's a bit funny sometimes importing that. Okay, and then I'm going to want to wrap this the elements here in the MDX provider. MDX provider, and then pass in components, which is MDX components, and like this. Okay, so now this is getting supplied to any MDX file which has rainbow text in it. So let's just take this from here. Let's just go back to failed to compile, MDX provider. Let's go back. And in the root wrapper, which I didn't import. Okay. That comes from is it MDX? Oh, yeah, the brick says that it's an exported and named export. So it's broken. I'm guessing that's because I took the import from the file. I need to remap it or do whatever it does. So let's go back to that. So this isn't importing it directly into the file anymore. Check the console here. Same file. Is it done? So let's try that. Why are you like this, Gatsby? Right, third post. It's got a component now. Right, let's try it in. Second post. Let's put it in there maybe. Second post. Let's just see if that's going to render. Yo. Cool. Right, okay, so I think literally just under an hour. I'm going to call it for that. There was many more bits I wanted to do, Add in markdown images. What else we got? SEO, stuff like that. But I'll just leave it like this for now, and maybe pick it up again in another stream. But I'm going to leave it bang on the hour. So thanks to everyone that tuned in and watched, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something, and I'll probably come back and finish it off again, adding in the extra bits when I get the time. Thanks a lot then. Cheers. Bye bye.